Hi and welcome back to Tried and Tested Kitchen. Today we are doing a seafood special. So if you've watched our last video, we made sushi, we had some tuna and some salmon left over. So instead of wasting food and buying more, we've decided to use those. So the first recipe we're doing is these little bites, these aromatic spice salmon balls. And they are from Nadiya's kitchen. The other three are from online. So these ingredients here are for the Thai inspired scallop soup, and that's from wizardrecipes.com. These 6-minute seared ahi tuna steaks, and that's from bowlofdelicious.com. And then the final recipe is for buttery garlic steamed clams, and that's from theblondecook.com. The soup is on the go, so this is the base, which is just butter, garlic and ginger, which obviously smells amazing already. To the soup, the base, I've added chicken stock, coconut milk, orange pepper and spring onions. Now just a little note, it did say before I added all that at that point I should add the scallops. I haven't done that just because it's going to take us a while to make the other three things we're making. And this, once all the ingredients are in it, we're literally supposed to just bring to the boil, then take off the heat and serve. But because we're going to have to wait for everything else, I'm going to leave it on a little bit longer, just on a really low heat to simmer before we bring it to the boil and serve. And I didn't want the scallops to end up being really overcooked because they'd sat in that broth. So at the minute they're still just waiting here on the plate, and then when we're getting really close to being ready to serve, I'll just chuck them in then.
So this is the mixture for the spiced salmon bowls. So there is bread, salmon, cumin, turmeric, garlic, egg, breadcrumbs, and we didn't have lemon wedges, so we just used some lemon juice, and coriander as well. For the bread, it said to use 1 slice of bread, but we think that it's just like one loaf that you can find from the supermarket, but we've only had the French bread, so we put the whole 1 slice in there. So I'm going to mix this up, and then I'm going to put it in the fridge for half an hour. So here's the mixture for the spiced salmon bowls. I forgot to say that I put some salt as well, and that we divided up the recipe by 3 because we only had fish. We only had 150 grams of fish, whereas the recipe said we needed 500 grams. Here is the spiced salmon bowls. The recipe said that we can either pan fry them or put them in the oven. So what we've done is we're going to fry half of it and then oven the other half. And what I've done was just roll them in the bowl and put them in some flour.
So the tuna steak is going to marinate just for about 15 minutes, and that is sitting in a pool of soy sauce, sesame oil, honey, and then it's got some salt, pepper and cayenne pepper in there as well. How's it going?
It's going so well. I'm so impressed. At first, when I took it out of the fridge, it seemed like it was really hard to put them in a bowl, but I think I was just being too scared. And they hold quite well, actually, and it's easy to like just flip them over. It doesn't fall apart. So I'm really excited
to try them. And this is the crazy amount of butter that we are melting for the clams. We're using 1/3 of the amount of clams. It said to use 3 dozen, we're just using 12. And so for 3 dozen clams, it used 5 tablespoons of butter. We've just kind of whittled that down to 3. So it's going to taste delicious, but yeah, not the healthiest. For the clam situation, we actually had frozen pre-cooked clams, obviously in their shells. So whilst the recipe says to cover them with a lid and steam them until they open, obviously we don't need to do that because these ones are already cooked. So basically just heating them through. I also added white wine and lemon juice to the mix that I think I showed you last time, and garlic. So this is going to taste amazing. yeah, they're pretty much done, but we just need to wait for everything else to be done. So we've got the soup, which is done, we just need to add the scallops. We've got the standing up salmon balls, and then we'll get started on the tuna very soon. Here we have the tuna searing on a pretty high heat, 2 minutes on each side, and hopefully that will have it like quite rare in the middle but sealed on the outside.
This is our final feast. So we have scallop soup, tuna steak, salmon balls. This half over here is ovened and this half is fried. And finally the clams.
So, we have lots of exciting looking things in front of us today. Like, they all look quite legitimately tasty.
Yeah. Which one are you most excited about?
I was just about, you always ask me that first, and today I was like, okay, I need to get in there first. The soup smelled amazing when we were making it, didn't it?
I'm most excited about that, to me.
Yeah.
The clams, I'm excited about.
Yeah, the clams look really good. The steak I'm really intrigued for, because I guess that's something we might not have thought to have cooked.
Yeah, I don't
before.
think I've had tuna steak before, so I'm excited.
Yeah, I certainly haven't for a very long time. I mean, obviously we've still got quite a lot of food, but at least it's a little bit less than we've done in the past.
Yeah, it's manageable at least.
Yeah, scarily manageable in that, like, I think I can eat everything without having leftovers.
Yeah.
But we'll see where it takes us. Okay, what do you want to start with?
I kind of want to start with the soup.
Yeah, okay.
Because it's still warm, and I want to like enjoy
Let's
it.
replace. Ooh, make sure you get a scallop on your spoon. Okay, it's got a little film on top, so just mix it about. I did try and make sure it was. Oh my god, is that a scallop? Don't know if you can see that. I think it's just a bit of it. They are very small though. Really hunting for them. Oh, okay, I found one.
Okay.
I promise
I
there
found
are.
one.
Okay.
I really like it. Do you not like it?
No, I do like it. It just kind of smells more flavoursome than it tastes.
Really?
It's nice though. Like, I do really like it. I do think the scallops are still overcooked, even though I tried to put them in like way later than it said to put them in, because we were leaving it on the hob for ages. They're a little bit tough.
I think there's so much flavour.
I mean,
Like, I can't even smell anything at this point.
I do love it. I don't know why I'm always.
Are you impressed though? Like when you first tasted it?
I would make this again. Like, yeah, I would make it again.
What do you want to try next?
I reckon the clams, because again we want them to be hot. So I'm not really sure. I feel like if we just scoop, because we want some like liquid. Well, I say liquid butter. Okay, I've got 3 there, so there should be 6 each. Okay, so I'm going to have a clam first, and then I'm going to dip some of my kind of rock solid bread into the juices.
I do think that the wine puts me off a little bit. I can try.
I really like it. Is it a bit too strong for you?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
I still like it.
I feel like it tastes like something I could get in a restaurant.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in Spain. Like, it tastes like I'm in Spain.
I'm gonna dip some.
I love that. Oh, I was just gonna be gross and dip it straight in. Am I allowed to do that?
Oh yeah, sure. I was being.
You have so many more manners than me in these videos.
It's still good, but again, it's the wine.
Any combination for me of butter, garlic, wine and lemon juice is just crazy, crazy good.
What do you want to try next?
Balls.
Okay. Which one? Fry or oven?
Should we do oven first?
Okay. So there's no dipping sauce with this, but in the recipe it did say that it would go well with the dipping sauce, but it didn't say what dipping sauce.
I'm going to eat half of it on its own, and then I'm going to dip the other half in the marinade that we use for the tuna, which is like a honey and soy. I actually quite like them.
For some reason, like, I didn't think that there was going to be a lot of flavour, but there is.
I can really taste the salmon, and also they're really moist on the inside.
Yeah.
Like, they're not dry.
Which I was worried about.
Oh, actually, I was going to do it. That's really gross. I
No,
put it in my mouth.
it's fine.
But who cares? I mean, it's not quite the right dipping sauce, but yeah. So, okay, baked version, really nice.
Yeah.
Fried version. I'm not sure if I'm going to taste any difference, to be honest. But we shall see. I think these ones are
more moist.
they're more moist but less flavour. I don't know, are you getting less flavour or they're definitely more moist, which makes sense, I guess.
Yeah.
'Cause
Which is weird because
do you
does
think it's less
baking
flavour?
I don't know. Like when you said it, I was like, yeah, for sure. But is it because like when we first had the salmon balls, the baked ones, we hadn't tasted it, so it like
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know
was
if
more
that
of an
makes sense at
impact.
all. I don't know what dipping sauce would go with this. In the
Maybe something like fresh, like a dill mayonnaise, like not mayonnaise, not that thick, but like, or maybe just a drizzle of lemon.
Yeah. I don't think the recipe said that.
No, I
Yeah.
don't think it did, but I feel like that would be nice. They work better with, I mean, I think a dipping sauce would be really good, but they're not bad without a dipping sauce. I do think I prefer the baked ones, but I don't know whether it's just psychological, me thinking there's more flavour in them.
Yeah. I mean, they're okay for me. They're not like impressive or anything.
She
I'll
just
eat
said
them.
something mean about Nadiya.
Have you ever like made something by Nadiya that you were like?
Oh yeah, lots. I just don't speak about it because I
Okay.
still love her. Okay.
Last one is the tuna steak. I'm gonna get a small piece first because I don't know if I'll like it. I say that really negatively. I didn't mean that.
So I can't work out. Obviously, this was supposed to be medium rare, but it's dark in the middle. I don't know whether that's because the pan was too hot, or we left it on too long, or the meat was quite dark anyway. You know, like when you kind of have fresh fish for a bit, not too long, but like the meat goes a bit dark.
This is so good. Like, I'm so impressed. I was like, I don't know, just because I'm not that into steak, so like a tuna steak doesn't sound like appealing to me. But when I had this, I'm like,
It tastes good.
I'm. Really
I
impressed.
wish it was rare in the middle. Like it's not obviously like a tough steak where it's super chewy because it's fish. But I feel like it would have been even better if it was pink in the middle, just because the texture would have been slightly different. It said 2 minutes on each side for medium rare. That was 2 minutes on each side exactly. And it's not medium rare.
I did think it was quite long.
So yeah, definitely if you want medium rare, you want to do it for less than 2 minutes. I'm sure it said a medium high heat, and I had it on number 4 out of 6, which is medium high.
I thought you had it at 6.
No.
Oh, that's.
So I'm not really sure what the recipe's on about, but it tastes really nice. Maybe hobs are just different.
Maybe the thickness as well of the steak.
Oh, that's true. Yes, because it is a tiny steak. That's a very good point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
it's probably because we've got a
I've had to
smaller
wing it,
thinner
maybe.
steak. So just bear that in mind. I'm really happy with
I am.
this week after sushi semi-disaster.
Yeah.
Like, I like everything. What's your favourite, Emily?
The soup.
Okay. Yeah.
And then the clams, tuna, and then the salmon balls. What about you, Mary?
I think I go clams, soup, tuna, salmon.
Oh wait, sorry, I forgot that there was a white wine. I think I was just so impressed with the presentation. I think mine is soup, tuna, clams, salmon.
Okay.
Because of the white wine.
Would you make any of them again?
The soup. And the tuna.
I would make the clams again, and that's something I'd be really, I know I do this every week, but I'd be really happy to cook that for other people. Not Emily, because the wine's too much for her, but my mum, because she would just like drink the leftover wine. So there we go. Yeah, successful week, and thank you very much for watching. Like we said, we've been really efficient this week and used basically leftover food. So even whilst we're doing these videos, we're always thinking, how can we use what we've already got? How can we avoid buying like so much more stuff? And we're going to do the same in next week's video, but I'm not going to tell you what it is yet, so you can just anticipate that.
And these recipes were so easy.
Oh my god, yeah.
Didn't take a long time
so
at all.
Quick.
The longest thing was chilling the salmon mixture in the fridge for 30 minutes. The rest was...
Cooking time was like 15 minutes max for each one.
Yeah, exactly.
So these are... And I think maybe there's a perception that cooking fish or seafood is hard. Or it might take longer or more effort, which is not true at all. Obviously fish can be a bit pricier, but such easy recipes and they're all pretty decent, so yeah.
We hope you enjoyed this video. Let us know if you make any of these in the comments box, and tag us on Instagram as well with your pictures, but obviously tag the recipe if they have Instagram as well.
Yes, so at Tried and Tested Kitchen, and we'll see you next week. So just a little post-meal update. We're currently making stock with our leftovers because we don't like to waste anything. I'm kind of aware that a piece of salmon skin in fish stock is maybe a bit weird, I don't know. But we've got some clam shells, and we've got the tiger prawn heads from sushi, yeah. And the kind of leftover juice that was in with the clams. So we've still got the parsley, garlicky flavours, like buttery wine flavours. I just added more water, salt and pepper, basically just leave all the flavours to kind of infuse together on a super low heat for probably a few hours, to be honest, and then we'll drain out the big chunky bits, and we'll be left with our fish stock, which can go in the freezer ready for when we actually need it. So yeah, you really don't have to throw stuff away, whether it's veg stock like chicken, meat, shellfish. There's always a way to use your leftovers.